Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing okay. I'm going to try to give you a bit of an overview in regards to this subject as opposed to read through every last word. Hopefully I'll do a good enough job. There's a link in the description if you'd like to go through it more closely. It is an absolute tragedy. 5 have been found killed, and seemingly it is believed that they are all part of the same family. Full details haven't been disclosed by investigators, by the police at this stage, because they still need to be able to inform extended family, as kin, of the deceased. So the full details remain disclosed, or rather undisclosed at this point. But reading through the lines and referring to some of the witness and neighbor statements, it does seem that 5 people have been killed from the same family, potentially, or rather perhaps 4 people from the same family, and perhaps one additional person which may or may not be a part of the family. Also, a dog has been killed. This happened in Hermantown, just northwest of Duluth, Minnesota. This happened on Wednesday. So I'll give you a bit of an overview as best I can. So essentially, the police received a welfare check request. They went to visit a premises, but if I'm understanding correctly, the subject of the welfare check was not there. But they received a tip that they may be elsewhere, so they visited this second property. That part of the article I may be misunderstanding. I think I've got that right, so I think that's what the article's telling us. So they went to another property in the East Hillside neighborhood, and the police were informed that the subject of the welfare check may have a weapon. They investigated a property, and the police are aware that the subject of the welfare check was familiar with the family at the property. So there was some connection there. We don't know the nature of that connection, but some connection. And so the police investigated that property, and regrettably, they found 5 dead bodies. They believe the subject of the welfare check was one of those dead bodies. And so that leaves 4 others. And as I say, as far as I understand, those 4 are believed to be a part of the same family. And the neighbors have mentioned that the family has 2 preteen girls, 2 preteen daughters. It is a family home. There's sleds and toys out front. So again, this article doesn't present all of the information. The reason for that is because all of the information has not yet been disclosed by the police, by the authorities, by the investigators. It's still very much underway. This incident happened Wednesday, so, yesterday. So that presumably more information will come out, but my take on it, to give you my understanding, I guess speculation, I don't know this for sure, of course, but my take on it is that of the 4 that have been killed, 4 out of the 5 that have been killed, I would guess, husband and wife, or mother and father, and their 2 preteen girls, their 2 preteen daughters. And the 5th person, the subject of the welfare check, I would presume that they're the murderer. I would presume that they committed suicide. Whether or not they too are a family member, who knows? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But I would imagine that there's a fair chance that they are too a family member. Perhaps an older child, an older son, at a guess. I don't know. But either way, there's that situation. So an absolute tragedy. 5 people dead. I'm going to say a quadruple murder suicide is my reading on the situation, but that is a guess. That is sheer speculation. If there is an update, I likely will provide a new video if that seems appropriate. Sometimes it doesn't feel appropriate to provide an update. Sometimes it does, so we'll see. But so I'll wrap things up at this point. It is an unimaginable tragedy, as the police chief has said, and it is gonna, as the police chief says, it's gonna strike the community. It's gonna be very, very difficult for everyone concerned. So for the investigators, the police concerned, having to deal with this situation, the extended family, the extended relatives. Condolences to them, of course, and it's going to be shattering for the neighborhood, for the community, the next door neighbors, and anyone that's close to this situation. And that may include you. You may be listening to this video because you know these guys, and if that is the case, my sincere condolences. Family and friends, of course, are going to be shocked and, you know, distraught at this news. The potentially the death of an entire family, including 2 preteen daughters. So again, prayers. There's prayers, and again, I will try to make an updated video should I come across more information. I'm going to thank you for your time and attention. Thanks, guys. Try to stay safe. I mean, what can I say there? I just want to express some best wishes and encourage you guys to stay safe. If you're in America, if you have guns, try to keep them under control as best you can. I don't want to be too preachy on the matter, so I'll perhaps leave you to it at this point, and thank you for your time.